There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog. One of the city's most humble and lovable characters was Shoeshine Boy.
All finished, sir.
Thanks, Shoeshine Boy. You're humble and lovable.
Bless you, sir.
Little did anyone know that whenever there was a call for help,
Help! Help! Help!
Shoeshine Boy became, in real life, Underdog.
Underdog! Underdog!
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Oh, I wasn't afraid, Underdog. I called because I just found out tomorrow is your birthday. And I'm going to give you a real birthday party, a fancy party with a cake and candles and everything.
Your party will make a perfect day unless some crime calls me away.
Oh, that would be terrible. I hope nothing happens before tomorrow.
But far across the sea in London, England, something was already happening.
The museum has promised to loan out our Excalibur sword collection. Loan it to a museum in San Francisco.
But the Excalibur sword collection is worth millions of dollars. Some criminals are sure to try and steal it while it's getting from here to San Francisco.
That's what I'm worried about. Who can we be sure of? The Underdog.
Underdog.
Telegram for Underdog.
Your party now is out for me. I am needed across the sea.
Oh, shucks, Underdog. Tomorrow's your birthday.
When duty calls, I am not slow. It's hip, 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 and away I go.
And so it was that the famous Excalibur sword collection, as it traveled from London by plane, was guarded by the fearless Underdog. And when the collection was transferred to a train in New York, it was still carefully guarded by Underdog.
It's terribly good of you to come along and guard the Excalibur sword collection. Anyone might try to steal it.
And up ahead was that notorious criminal, Riff Raff.
All right, men, here comes the train. When she hits that tree we put across the tracks, we pull up our handkerchiefs and charge down there just like the James boys.
Yeah, boss. And then we get that $1 million sword collection.
A wreck. We've had a train wreck.
Put back the swords and stay on guard. This may be Riff Raff's calling card.
What's that?
Criminals! Batman!
All right, all you people, just hand over your money and jewels to the boys. Meanwhile, I gotta see a car about some swords. This looks like the car, all right. Oh, here's one of the swords already. Okay, now, let's have the rest of the collection.
The only collection you will get are cuts and bruises you'll regret.
On guard! I'll get you yet. Take this.
A crooked sword, like a crooked man, always ends up and also ran.
Run for it, men! It's Underdog!
I should go and bring them back, but first I must put the train on the track.
Mighty tough job, Underdog. You sure you can get that engine back on the rails?
This is no problem to retrieve. I'll just bend over and give a...
Oh! Underdog, what is it? Oh! Underdog's in pain. Quick, send for an ambulance. The mighty Underdog was in pain. Why? What was causing it? There's plenty of excitement ahead in our next thrilling episode. And you can see this next episode later in today's show, so don't go away. Time again for the Underdog Show, starring the champion of champions, Underdog, and featuring his feather-headed friends, Go Go Gophers.
Many moons ago, somewhere west of Horace Greeley, lay the Gulch of the Gopher Indians. Unfortunately, Gopher Gulch stood right in the path of pale-faced progress. So the Gophers were moved, lock, stock, and tomahawk, to a reservation in the north, all except two braves, Ruffled Feather and Running Board, who vowed unending war. So much trouble did they cause that the pale-faced fort sent for the greatest of all fighters, the world-famous Colonel Kit Coyote.
Sergeant, I'm never going to catch those Indians on this slow old horse. What I need is the fastest horse in the territory.
Well, that would be the Great White Stallion.
Bully, where can I buy him?
Can't. The Great White Stallion is a wild horse. Anyway, you can't catch him. He's too fast and too smart.
Nonsense. Sergeant, Regulation 2578 clearly says Army colonels are smarter than horses. I'll catch that horse.
Colonel looking for Great White Stallion? Him have 'em long look. No such animal. Oh, we gonna be Great White Stallion. Whoopie doopie, you genius.
All right now, Sergeant. Where would that Great White Stallion be?
No set place. That critter's liable to be anywhere.
There he is, up ahead.
Well, I'll be.
Where did he go? This time, Sergeant, we'll stay on our horses. There he is. Charge! Charge!
I told you, Colonel, we'll never catch that horse.
Nonsense, Sergeant. The next time, we'll just sneak up on him quietly. Ah, there he is, Sergeant, behind that bush. Now, follow me. I'll give him some sugar. Hey, nice horsey. Nice horsey. Good horsey. You see, Sergeant, nothing to it.
Begging the Colonel's pardon, but why don't we just forget about that horse?
Nonsense. Never let it be said, Sergeant, that I, Colonel Kit Coyote, couldn't outsmart a horse. We'll build a trap. There it is, Sergeant. Colonel Kit Coyote's foolproof horse trap. First, we'll bait it with this bag of oats. The Great White Stallion will come to get the oats, and when he does, we'll cut the rope and...
Maybe it was a foolproof trap, but it sure wasn't horseproof. Look there.
Ruffled Feather.
Running.
What did he say?
Him say we through horsing around.
Hey, let me out of here.
This is strictly against regulations. No caging colonels. It says right here. Stop! Halt!
Don't miss our next episode. There'll be lots more horseplay.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that history-making hero, Underdog, and featuring his friend and ally, the Hunter.
In the valley of the Nile stood the giant ancient pyramids of Egypt. The pyramids had been a landmark for years. And then, block by block, stone by stone, they began to disappear, until not a trace was left. The entire world reacted. In Paris,
this is a terrible loss.
in England,
It's a low bloke what done it. Let Scotland Yard have a go at it.
from Russia,
Another bourgeoisie imperialist plot.
and from America,
Those pyramids are nowhere, Jack.
and from Officer Flim Flanagan. There's no doubt of it. It's another terrible plot of that crafty villain, the Fox. I've already sent for the Hunter. Soon the private eye Hunter was winging his way to Egypt in his private plane. Now, according to my precise calculations, I should be right over the spot. Seeing a giant X marking the spot, the Hunter nosed his plane down and made his usual perfect landing. Unfortunately, however, the X the Hunter had seen was actually a large railroad crossing. The steel-trapped mind of the Hunter recognized that he would be unable to travel further in his private plane. And so, the end of the line came just inside the boundary of Egypt. Woo-wee, son, that's a mighty thick accent you got. You from up north? Yeah, you got problems, son. A fella talks like you do needs an interpreter.
You called Sahib.
Well, now, I declare I sure did, son. How can I get to the pyramids?
Pyramids gone.
Gone? Oh, yeah. Well, of course they are. That's why I'm here. Point is, I got to get to the scene of the crime.
You want camel?
Well, now, do I have to walk a mile for one? Yeah. Be alert, son. Oh, yes. Camel will do just fine. After a long and somewhat monotonous journey, the Hunter reached the place where the Great Pyramids had stood. Immediately, the Hunter threw himself into the cage. Wait up for just one tick-tock, stranger. My name's the Hunter. Have nose, will hunt. I'd be much obliged if you'd give me a description of those stolen pyramids. Well, now, there's one for the book, son. There's a fella down the road a piece speaks just like you do. You two ought to get together. Now, this Sphinx fella you're talking about, you think he might know where the Fox took those pyramids?
Sphinx know everything.
Well, now, there's a fella worth meeting up with. Where can I find him, son?
That way.
How do, stranger? They tell us how you can help me out on this big pyramid case. Where is that crafty Fox hiding those pyramids? Now, look here, Sphinx. I represent the law. There's ways of making a fella talk, you know. All right there, tight lips, take that. Yeah!
Greetings, stranger. You gave the secret knock, which must mean that you are here to purchase some of my heavyweight writing paper. Preserve your words forever, my friend. And each order comes complete with hammer and chisel. Here, just feel the weight of that.
That's heavy, all right. Heavy as a stone block, I'd say. How much to... Oop! Yow! Hunter, it's surely a genius you are, finding the crafty Fox and the pyramid blocks. How can we ever repay you? Well, forget it, son, but you might lock up this Sphinx fella for refusing to talk.
Who that man, Sahib?
That, me boy,
is the hunter.
Underdog had saved the famous Excalibur sword collection from Riff Raff, but suddenly, Underdog was in pain.
Hurry, men. Get Underdog to the hospital. He's in pain.
Underdog, does it hurt badly?
While I stay straight, I'm right as rain, but when I bend over, there's a stabbing pain.
And tomorrow's your birthday. I was going to have such a lovely party for you.
Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, the hospital sent for specialists all over the world. They came by plane. They came by train. They came by car. And as the doctors tried to help Underdog, the world mourned his plight, except, that is, for one unsavory character.
Mooch, this is the break we have been waiting for. Underdog is in a hospital. Now is the time for us to grab that Excalibur sword collection.
Yeah, but it's in that San Francisco museum, boss. They got guards all over the place.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, but I got a perfect plan. Tonight, after everybody is out of the museum, you and I...
Meanwhile, back at the hospital...
Now, what is it that seems to be the trouble with you, Underdog?
When I stay straight, I'm right as rain.
But when he bends over, there's a stabbing pain.
Oh.
This one is a real doozy, doctors. Get the hammer there, and we'll try testing the reflexes. Yumpin' Yiminy, we got to get a bigger hammer.
Perhaps, old man, we should try checking his blood pressure. Here, let me. By Jove, that's pressure.
Here, Underdog, let me look in the eyes here and maybe see what it's doing in there. Yumpin' Yiminy, that X-ray vision has melted the light.
We simply must find the cause of that pain. Unless Underdog gets out of here soon, there is certain to be a crime wave.
And tomorrow's his birthday.
Meanwhile, as night came to the San Francisco Museum, something strange began to happen.
What did I tell you, Mooch? Nobody around at all. Now all we do is grab the Excalibur sword collection and vamoose. Yikes! I think we made a boo-boo. You'll never get riff-raff without Underdog to help you. Did you see that, Mooch? I hung the chandelier on them. Come on, grab the swords and let's get rolling.
Yes, Riff Raff finally had the Excalibur sword collection, and Underdog still had his pain.
Ooh.
And tomorrow's his birthday.
Will the doctors be able to find the cause of Underdog's pain? Will he be able to get out and capture Riff Raff and return the Excalibur sword collection? There's excitement ahead in our next episode. Don't miss our next Underdog show.